Happy new 2024 year, my listeners. Welcome back to Q in Charge with me, your humble host, Joe the Q. A big shout out to our sponsor, Q Charge Networking Solutions. I hope y'all had a great holiday time and even better New Year's Eve. I know I had a blast. This was my first New Year's Eve here in Dallas. And boy, oh boy, these Texans know how to party. But I hope as well you did have a beautiful time with your family and your loved ones. I did. And I'm blessed to have my family and my friends to share some happiness and joy. Well, folks, since this is our first episode this year, let's start from where it matters. Did any of you ever sit down and listen to the World Economic Forum and their plans? Well, I did, and there are a lot of interesting but also scary plans. I mean, not too scary, but I would say ambitious. Today, we will go over some of the topics just to tickle your mind, but I do encourage you to go on their website and get informed. What these guys are planning will happen. Simply follow the money. We are starting this new year stronger than ever. Today, we're unpacking the themes of the World Economic Forum annual meeting for 2024 held in Davos. These themes aren't just critical for world leaders. They affect us all. Let's dive in and explore what they mean for our planet's future. Every year, Davos becomes the melting pot of ideas shaping our world. This year, the spotlight is on resilience, sustainability, and reimagining globalization. We're seeing a seismic shift in how we approach global challenges. It's not just about short-term fixes. It's about long-term sustainable solutions. We're looking at a future where technology, policy, and human ingenuity converge to create a more resilient, sustainable world. This is about redefining our global narrative, and it's exciting to be part of this conversation. So let's talk about climate and natural capital. The race to net zero is on, and it's a race we cannot afford to lose. It's a complex journey filled with uncertainties, but the potential rewards are huge. Yet again and again, we see so much pushback and resistance from individual groups that do not or just simply cannot foresee the future that is inevitable, and it is happening in front of our bare eyes. We're looking at innovative ways to reduce our carbon footprint, from renewable energy sources to smarter, more efficient industries. But it's not just about cutting emissions. It's about creating a sustainable economy that values our natural capital. It's about ensuring that our growth today doesn't come at the cost of our planet's future. It is imperative we leave a cleaner and better future to the next generation. We cannot be selfish in this path of transition. We need to welcome it. We need to embrace it. Global trade is a double-edged sword. It's been a driver of growth, but it's also brought challenges, especially for our climate. We need to rethink how global trade structures can support our environmental goals. This means more than just trade policies. It's about building a global trade system that's fair, equitable, and sustainable. We need to ensure that trade contributes to a circular economy, reducing waste and promoting sustainable practices. It's a complicated issue, but it's crucial for a sustainable future. What is also crucial for the trade to succeed, and that is the freedom of trade. We have governments that oppose so many rules and regulations, so concerned about the control of who is doing what, and God forbid all people on this planet are living a good life and abundant life. Is this even possible, even as a thought? I would say yes, but it will take all this Davos so-called elite to rethink their actions. Do they really want to have an economically poor society where naturally you cannot see progress? Or do you want to open the door to a completely new era of society and way of living? It's that, my friends, is totally possible, but they need to change their minds and agenda. Now, let's talk about innovation and technology. Last year was phenomenal for generative AI, and it's just the beginning. I mean, we literally just scratched the surface on this, but don't think that all we see in the public is the latest solutions. No. What you see in public is 30 years already known tech. But unfortunately, that tech ahead of our times is available only for military use or some big tech companies. Not yet there for you and me, but let's not lose track here. We're seeing AI transform everything from energy management to smart cities and more. But with these incredible advancements come significant responsibilities. And not only responsibility, but some fear as well. What if AI malfunction or just simply get hacked? Well, I can leave this part to your imagination. How do we ensure that these technologies are used ethically and responsibly? How do we leverage AI to tackle climate change effectively? These are questions we need to address as we embrace these technological marvels. One of the big talks and that can impact us as most was and is health and wellness. They are deeply connected to our environment. The impact of climate change on health, especially among older adults, is becoming increasingly evident. We're looking at how environmental factors affect healthy aging. It's about creating communities and environments that support health and well-being throughout our lives. This means clean air, access to green spaces, and sustainable living practices. It's a holistic approach to health that considers our planet's health as integral. But what did they actually plan for us in all these health advancements? We will see. I just hope we do not get another 2019. Finally, let's discuss peace and security. It's clear that sustainable practices are not just good for the environment. They're essential for global stability. From reducing poverty to empowering communities, sustainability is at the heart of a peaceful world. We're talking about creating economies that are inclusive and sustainable, promoting peace and security globally. It's a vision of a world where sustainability is synonymous with stability and prosperity. We should start to think of ourselves as humans, not nations. We have too much of a division for no good reason. We all want to have a good life and be prosperous, but life is not equal for us all. It also depends on the choices we make, and not every choice is smart or gives us a positive outcome. So be smart and think ahead. We need eventually to come together as one, since human nature is for all of us same. And in the end, we all want to have a good life with freedom, love, and happiness. So let's make it together by starting to necessary changes within yourself and help other on that path as well. Reflecting on these themes, it's clear that the challenges we face are interconnected. Climate change, economic growth, global health, they're all part of the same puzzle. As individuals, communities, and businesses, we have a role to play in this global narrative. It's about taking action, being informed, and making choices that contribute to a sustainable, equitable future. It's a journey we're all on together, and every step counts. Now, let's hear from you, our listeners. Send us your thoughts, concerns, and topics you would like to hear about. Let us start this year with something that is of interest to you, and we will gladly explore it for you. Your engagement and curiosity are what make this podcast so special. That's a wrap for today's episode. Remember, the journey to a sustainable future is a collective effort. Thanks for joining us on A Q in Charge. Let's make this year a turning point for our planet. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's drive change together. Do not forget to visit www.qcharge123.com. Do we suggest you simply download their app today? Q Charge, powering your journey, one charge at a time. Before signing off, don't forget to thumbs us up, subscribe, and share. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Q in Charge podcast. I'm Joe the Q, and it's been a pleasure diving into the world of future plans by some of the higher powers and sharing it with you. Remember, the future of transportation is electric, and we're here to keep you plugged in. Until next time, stay charged.